In about 1 month, recently graduated medical school students are going to be starting their residency. And when you talk to any medical school student that's about to start their residency, you can feel a very palpable nervousness because they understand that residency is very intense. But to really take a step back and talk about why residency is intense, or what does it actually do to a resident, some of the things that we've done is that we've isolated some of our data from residents and understanding what does that actually look like in sleep and other metrics like heart rate variability. And one of the biggest pieces of information that showcases the toll of residency is looking at sleep data. And this is important. Any other field looks at this because they understand the necessity of sleep in performance. And on average, what we see is just within 1 week of residency, or for the residents that are on our platform, roughly they accumulate 3 hours of sleep debt within a week. They're sleeping on average around 6 hours and 20 minutes, and they're only making about 40 minutes of that sleep debt on weekends. And the reason that's really problematic is you look at any sleep deprivation study, you will understand that sleep deprivation has a profound impact on executive control. Additionally, if you're depriving your sleep, you're most likely limiting yourself of REM sleep, which you get in the later half of the night, which is really important for emotional regulation. What's important to understand, at least as a resident, is there are some things that you can control, like sleep windows or sleep timing or sleep hygiene, to make sure that when you are getting that limited window of sleep, you're doing a really good job at doing some of that. And this is some of the work that we do in working with medical teams, is understanding what are those windows of opportunities. And then more importantly, for a leader that's talking about this training, this data is incredibly valuable in understanding the toll of residency, but also training the importance of sleep, and really understanding that the residents that you are training are performers and are showing up to do a really intense critical job, arguably more intense than athletics, special operations, and things like that, depending on the residency. And so looping this data into the conversation is incredibly insightful. And ultimately, it's important to understand the toll of residency.